Hey, good evening, and welcome to Thursday Night Devotions. It is Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, and somebody was saying they didn't know what it was about today. And I think it was, this is terrible, but I think it was winning a revolution in Mexico. I should look it up since we're talking about it. It might be nice if I had a clue what I was talking about. It's been a while. Cinco de Mayo. All right. Well, now I don't want to know about the Cinco de Mayo meaning. Okay. Is a yearly celebration held. Hey, Cheryl. Good evening. Good evening. I'm glad you're on here. How are you doing? It's Thursday, honey. You said happy Wednesday. It's Thursday. Hopefully, do you work tomorrow? That's okay. That's okay. So, Cinco de Mayo is a yearly celebration held on May 5th, which commemorates the anniversary of Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla in 1862, led by General Ignacio Zaragoza. I'm probably not saying that one right. So, the anniversary of Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire in 1862. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. So I'm not having a margarita tonight. I have Weight Watchers tomorrow, so I'm not drinking a margarita. And I actually had I had a gyro for lunch. Some of us from church went out to lunch, and then I had we had fish tonight because that's usually what we eat on Thursday nights before we go to Weight Watchers. So anyway, Cheryl, is the weather any better there? We're supposed to have bad storms coming in, I think, the next day or so. So I'm going to check the weather tonight, see what it says. I usually pay attention to the weather every day, and I have just not watched the news very much, and I definitely have not seen the weather this week. So I'm a little off because but I knew the weather was supposed to be warm all week. We had chances of slight showers in different places, but I have not experienced rain here. I know people in Griffin said they had it on. Hey, Mary Beth, that they had some showers like 3 a.m. a day or two ago. So cloudy and chilly and storms coming across again. Oh my gosh, you guys have really had the rain. Wow, you need like a week of dry weather, right? You need some dryness so the farmers can get in the fields. Man, that is horrible. Ugh. I have a psalm for you for a soggy day, but I'm gonna share a psalm, a sunset psalm of turning. It's so nice. I love long days. Yes, you could use some dry. You definitely could. You need to come here. We've had a lot of dry. We've been dry for a couple weeks. We haven't had much rain at all the last 2 weeks, but it's coming in. I think tomorrow is what I saw. There's a big storm coming. It might have been your way. Come down, be coming through Alabama, and then coming our way. So we could use some rain now. So you can send your rain to us, and you can get dried out, right? That's what I'll be praying for. Praying for you guys to dry out. So, all right. So I opened that, and then I closed it. All right. Oh, so I was going to say, so I love the longer days. I really enjoy it. I'm always a little sad, even though it's my cousin's birthday, June 21st. Usually, it's the first day of summer, and that's the longest day of the year. And then I'm always a little sad because I'm like, I love long days. I love when the sun is up till 8:45, 9 o'clock. But I'm thankful that we go to Michigan every year now because the sun sets much later there because they're so far north that even in July, even in late July, they have the sun up later. So I would love that. I love when we're there and getting to see the sunset. And I'm not into seeing the sunrise if I can help it. I'm not a morning person. I'm a night person. So anyway, so I had a psalm I wanted to share, a sunset psalm of turning. And it's from the book I've shared before, Prayers for a Planetary Pilgrim, from Edward Hayes. I think he was Brother Edward Hayes, not Father. but I don't know if it says Catholic priest. Oh, Father Edward Hayes. Okay. All right. So a sunset psalm of turning. Hey, Phyllis. Good evening. Slowly we are turning once again to look into the dark, star-sprinkled space through which our planet is traveling. All life is aware of the approaching view, and the sunset beauty of this day's end is an overture to the awesome grandeur of the eternal vision that awaits us. As the earth turns outward, may my thoughts turn inward to the sacred mystery that dwells in my heart. At the end of this day, I sing a song of thanksgiving for the wonder of life. I lift up my voice in gratitude for all this day has held for me as I turn my memory to its flood of gifts. And then this is where you're supposed to just kind of recollect about your day. I hope everybody's been having a good day, and I've had lots of conversations with people on the phone, some very good conversations, lunch with Phyllis and some of the other ladies from church today, visiting Charlie and Connie. Charlie's going home tomorrow, and I'll tell the story about going to see Charlie in a few minutes because that was a real joy for my day. And going to see April and coming home, having dinner and being on with you guys. So it's been a very, very good day. Oh, and I had to go to the dentist today, and of course it was not good news. Oops, sorry. Oh, I thought that was my dog there. It was not good news. I have an old crown that's got to be replaced. And then I have a filling that's coming apart. So I've got to have both repaired. But the good news is I'll get it done in one day. And hopefully the insurance helps to cover quite a good amount. So hopefully it won't take forever to pay it off. But it's like I brush my teeth every day, every night. I floss. But I've got to start doing the water pick again because my gums need it. I'm like, what is it with me and my teeth? Why couldn't I have teeth like David and Christopher? They never have a problem. Christopher has no problems. None. Never had a cavity, nothing. But I'm glad he has that. I'm glad it's him. Samuel is like me. He has a lot of problems. So anyway, I hope that you can give thanks and recall the blessings and the gifts of this day. And then it continues, blessed are you, divine mystery, who has chosen to dwell within me and has enriched this day with zestful life, beauty, love, and the discipline of my trials and temptations. Blessed are you, O God, most blessed are you. So I'm really happy I found that I still had this book. I love sharing these prayers and psalms that he's written. I really enjoy them. There's many, many beautiful ones in here. So, okay, so I haven't gone back to this book in a while, Daily Guidepost 2022, but I wanted to share. This is my friend's calling card that she made. My friend Deb, we call each other sisters because we both have only brothers and we claim each other as sisters, and this was something she made when she was here visiting us and gave this to me. It's her artist calling card. Isn't it cute? It's adorable. And she was making them to give out at an event. And so that is now my bookmark in my Daily Guidepost book, which I thank Sarah Lanier for. So anyway, I want to read the one from Mother's Day since we'll be in church, but we won't be on in Mother's Day. On Mother's Day, I'll be sharing a sermon, but I won't have this devotion in it. So the scripture is from Proverbs 23:25. May she who gave you birth be joyful. Good evening, Betty. Yesterday, I called my mom crying. A young mom told me at MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers, where I'm a mentor. Why? I asked. Curious because I learned lots from these moms living in a season different from mine. She always tells me how much she loved being a mom. She never talks about how hard mothering was. I asked her if she might have amnesia because I've been having a hard time lately. My 9-month-old started crawling, which puts us in a dangerous new season. My 3-year-old thinks he's a dinosaur, which he describes as the biggest, loudest, worst listening dinosaur in the whole world. Can't you just hear a 3-year-old saying that? So he runs and jumps and growls loudly at people, even in the grocery store. And my sweet 5-year-old daughter is having dramatic meltdowns. Oh, remember? Well, I don't have to remember. Christopher has meltdowns still, but at least thank God Samuel does it. What did your mom say about having amnesia? I asked. She said that mothering is both hard and full of joy. It is both fun and exhausting. She chooses to remember the good because it was. Did your phone call change anything for you? I asked. Yes, she said. I realized that mothering is both and. I'm glad she recognized how hard mothering can be, and I'm starting a gratitude journal. Well, I always talk about gratitude journals. So I will remember all the good in this hard season. As a mentor who wants to encourage moms of young children, I also need to remember the both and of mothering, to both validate these moms' struggles and celebrate their joys. Mine too. I'm thankful, Jesus, the prayer is, that you give moms enough amnesia to mostly remember the good. Good evening, Cousin Karen, because there is so much good to remember. Carol Kuykendall, and she's the writer about this, about mothering is both and, the good and the hard, and having a gratitude journal to remember all the things she's thankful for while raising her kids. Well, it's funny because reading that, and I hadn't read it before, reminded me when we lived here before. Let's see, I had pregnancy 2 to 7 here, and 2, 3, 4 I lost, and then 5 I had Christopher, and then 6 I lost, and then 7 I had Samuel. I had both of them at DeKalb Medical Center, which is now Emory at DeKalb, I think is what it is. Anyway, I joined this group called Mothers and More, which is a national organization for women who decide to either stay home for a while or work part-time. And some work full-time, but it's a group that would support moms that we would meet to when we were going through having babies and little kids, and have each other to support each other and be there for each other, because all of us had careers. It did not work for me to stay home full-time, and actually I really enjoyed working, although I will say it was absolutely crazy. But I worked 3/4 time at campus ministry when I had the boys. I started half-time and I built up to 3/4 time. And I was pregnant. I was pregnant with Christopher when I started there and didn't know it. Found out almost a month and a half after I started there that I was pregnant with Christopher. And then I also was pregnant with the 6 I lost, and then number 7, Samuel, I was pregnant with. Well, they were both born while I served at Georgia Tech. So anyway, I found this Mothers and More group, and it was a great group. I was part of it. I was very active in it for about 3-4 years. We moved back to Illinois when Christopher was 4 and Samuel was 2. So it was about that time. But I just remember being a part of that group, and at one point they talked about moms who were more seasoned, and I laugh now because I thought when Christopher got to 2 that, hey, I got some real experience here, but I had no idea what I was in for, none. What every season brings with kids. And also, before we were part of that group, we were part of an infertility support group, which is also a national group. And that was very, very helpful when we were going through those years. We went through about 4 years of that. And so I know that Mother's Day can be very wonderful, but it can also be very difficult, especially those of us who have lost our moms and we miss them. I always think of my mom. I think of my mom all the time, and like Karen, this is your first Mother's Day without your mom, which I think is especially difficult because you'll be thinking about her all day. And, but I think about the good times. I think about the times when I was still living in Illinois and I was able to go home on Mother's Day. There was several different Mother's Days I got to go home and be with my mom, and just how wonderful that was, and to be with my brothers and their families, and I think about the many blessings of living there for 10 years and getting so much more time with my mom and getting to visit much more often, and what a gift that was for me. And so, I know that Mother's Day is, while it's happy, it's also sad. It's sad for those who have lost children. It's sad for those who have lost pregnancies. It's sad for those who have not been able to become a mother. It's sad and wanted to be a mother. It's sad for those who are estranged from their children. It's sad for those who are estranged from their mother. It's sad. And I know I'm going on about all the sadness, but I just want to recognize the fact, this both and of motherhood, that it is both a gift and it has its difficult moments. And sometimes it's extremely difficult. I was talking to somebody recently who had their first little one, and I said, well, make sure you have some really old clothes that you can wear when they start to get the stomach bug, because most kids get that at least a few times. Because I said, I remembered the first time Christopher got it, and it lasted over 24 hours, and he threw up on me, and finally I kept changing my clothes, and finally I'm like, just forget it. I'm going to put on my oldest clothes. I'm just going to wipe it off until I can't stand the smell. And, we're just going to ride the wave of this. And, I was telling somebody the other day, I said, enjoy them while they're little, because you think when they're little, they'll be little forever. And then you realize one day it hits you, they're all grown up. Chris Samuel will be 20, my last teenager. Will be 20 on the 16th of May. He was my Mother's Day present, we say. And Christopher was born right around Father's Day, and he will be 22 this year. And, I look back at the pictures, and I think, where did the time go? And so I look forward to what's to come. I enjoy all the little kids in my life, family and friends. Oh my gosh, you had projectile reflux for a year. Betty, oh, you poor woman. My gosh, you've had a lot of hard stuff in your life, I'll tell you. Yeah, we had a lot of problems with gas. Remember those days? Did you ever do the bicycle pump with your kids? We had to do with their legs. Oh my gosh. And then when I was breastfeeding Samuel, we found out that the things that gave me heartburn when I was pregnant with him gave him heartburn when I breastfed him. So I had to quit eating tomato sauce and chocolate, because both of those gave me heartburn in my later months of pregnancy, and they really, really bothered him. So I had to give them up, and I was like, okay, well, I can do this a little bit longer, because I hated seeing him in pain. And but yeah, thinking about all those memories and the good times, because the ones that are on here now, I know you all have had your kids grow up. Some of you are helping with raising grandkids. Some of you are helping with raising great-grandkids. Some of you are teachers to kids. Some of you work with kids at church. And so, in a way, they're your kids in a part, There's a young man, Matthew Langworthy, and he has been Christopher's helper at camp that we go to in the summer. And even though his mom and dad come to camp, he calls me his camp mom. And I always love that, because he's such a great kid. His mom and dad did a great job. He's just an amazing guy. So anyway, and by the way, Karen, if you're still listening, I forgot to tell you, when you're here, Thomas the Train will be in Cordele, Georgia. And so you get to go with us. We're all going to get to go ride Thomas the Train, because it's one of Christopher's favorite things every year. And it used to be in the fall, but with COVID, they moved it to the summer last year, and we were able to go for Christopher's birthday last year. And Matthew, I was remembering, because Matthew, who I'm talking about, he and another friend of ours, James, were both here for Christopher's birthday, and they went with us to ride the Thomas train, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I think you'll like it. So we're going to do that when you come. So that'll be a fun thing to do. So yeah, David and Christopher have gone every year for the last 5 or 6 years, and then Samuel and I and Matt and James joined last year, and you get to join us this year. So that will be a fun thing. So, Well, listen, I've got some special prayer requests. Several of them are, I can't say out, just share that there's several people I know in great need of prayer. And so we just ask for, God knows the request, to say Mary's special request, and God will know what they are. We pray for Charlie, Connie, and Charlie. Charlie is going home tomorrow. I don't want to say he's stable, but he's good enough to get to go home. But Connie will be having care for him, and so we just want to keep him in our prayers. I also ask prayers for my friend Brian, whose dad has been in the hospital and is also going home, but he's has ongoing health problems. So I ask for prayers for Brian's dad. And I just also ask prayers for any woman who might struggle this weekend, who either, like all the things I named, it's especially hard when you've lost your mom recently, and it's hard, or you miss your mom, or you've lost a child, or you've lost a pregnancy, or you haven't been able to be a mom the way you wanted to be. Those are all hard things. So I just lift up prayers for all the women who are going through those things. And I give thanks for all of you for being great moms and being the both and, because it's not an easy job to be a mom. And we learn the hard way often as we are moms. We learn every stage has its joys and has its challenges. And that's just the way it is. And you never quit being their mom. You just never quit being their mom. And I always think of the story, I Will Love You Forever. Probably all of you know it. It's probably my most favorite children's book. And every time I've read it at church, I've often had men come out after church and they've said, "You made me cry in church." It's like, well, it's a beautiful story, and it does make you cry, and it does move you. And it's a very touching and reminding, I will always love you. As long as I'm living, my baby you shall be. I just love, love, love that book. It's such a great book. I'm going to have to get it out. And maybe I'll share it tomorrow night on Friday Fun Night. So, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's... Friday Fun Nights tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So please join us. We'll have special things about moms. I'm sure I'll have some jokes about moms and how Mother's Day got started. And like I said, I'm going to see if I can find I Will Love You Forever to share tomorrow night. So I hope you will be able to join us, whether when we're on or maybe check it out later, because I know it's a beautiful weekend and hopefully better weather coming to Illinois, and hopefully we're not too rained in. But I wish all of you a really beautiful and wonderful mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers weekend. Celebrate your mom, and if your mom's not here, celebrate her, about her, lift her up, tell stories, remember her, and celebrate all the women in your life who are like a mother to you, or a mentor to you, or a sister to you. Let's celebrate each other. Let's give thanks for each other, because there's so many good things, and so many wonderful, blessed relationships, and I'm thankful for all of you. And I'm thankful that you joined me tonight. So thank you so much. And like I said, we'll be here Friday night, and then we have worship on Sunday, and we will be having the special baptism of William, Betty Panic's great-grandson. I will be baptizing him on Sunday, and it's Good Shepherd Sunday too. So this all kind of Good Shepherd, mothers, babies, baptism. We'll be celebrating it all. So hope you can join us either in person or online at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time this Sunday, and it will be May 8th. So thank you so much for joining me. I really pray you have a wonderful and blessed weekend. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look upon you with favor and give you peace. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I always want to say the Holy Spigot, because I'm trying to think what movie that was in. I don't know if it was 4 weddings and a funeral or a, oh shoot, well, I can't think of their name. British comedy group. But I'm going to have to look it up, the Holy Spigot. It may also be from Princess Bride. So I can't remember. I'll have to look. But anyway, hey, have a great weekend. Hope to see you tomorrow night. Great sleep tonight and a great day tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Blessings to all you moms and women who care for others like moms. Thank you so much. Good night.